What is up, everyone? It's your girl Victoria here. If you are new to my channel, hi, welcome to the channel. So good to have you here. Today we're just going to be doing just a quick little chit chat, get ready with me. So today I put on one of my nicer robes, the big fluffy robe. A big fluffy white robe is currently in the wash, but I love having a little robe on while doing my makeup and getting ready. I think it's nice. So I kind of look really rough right now. It's been a couple of days. So today we have a date, and so I thought it'd be nice to kind of do my makeup and show you guys what I look like before I go, and kind of talk a little bit about that, just kind of everything in my mind of romance, love, dating, all that stuff. Ugh. Let's go ahead and prime ourselves. Okay, if you saw one of my previous videos, I talked about how you can thrive while being single, you can be happy, all that good stuff. And I definitely stand by that still so much, because regardless of me going out on dates or dating people, I'm still very much single. I think I'm just gonna do a little simple eyeshadow. Where is that? Utilize this duo that I got. It's a rose gold and ivory. Got it from I can't remember if this was a FabFitFun, Ipsy, I don't know, but it was cute and I love the color section. It's rose goldy brown, so we'll use that. So I made that video, and at the end of it, I'm gonna just let love happen, just let life happen. It is what it is. Fast forward a couple weeks later, Victoria's going on dates. What's happening? I love how I'm using I put okay, Victoria. Not using the mirror that can get me closer. Victoria, I'm weak. I went out with one of my friends, and weirdly enough, we used to kind of sort of date. But we recently just became friends, purely platonic. See, he's seeing this girl and he's so happy, and I'm just over here dang, I'm inspired, because he kind of has had the same success rate with love. And so I'm over here and he hasn't given up, and he's trying, and I'm okay. Instead of just kind of letting it happen, just letting me meet this beautiful stranger in public or in the grocery store, I have to try, especially because I'm not the type of person it's easy for me to connect with people in person. If it's in a friend way, oh, you like the same thing, maybe we commented on each other's outfit, I can connect that way. I don't have the easiest time making connections in person. So I utilize dating apps, and I've always used dating apps. And I was okay, I'm gonna just try. We're gonna do Bumble. We're gonna try it. I'm not doing Tinder. Definitely not doing Hinge. I'm so happy for people who can find love on Hinge. I hear so many success stories, but every time I go on there, nothing. Literally, I don't know what it is. I just the quality of people that I meet. I'm not into it. There's not a lot of, I don't know what it is. Hinge is not for me, but Bumble, I've usually had better success with that. I actually even met my ex on Bumble, and we were together for 9 months. And so, even though we're not together now, I still think it was a decent relationship, and we met off of Bumble, So it's I've always had a decent time on Bumble. So I was we'll try it again. I may be deviating a lot, so I apologize. Back in January, I didn't get my heart broken, but I got really, really hurt by this guy who I thought there was a great connection, and the way he kind of made me feel and how he talked about us, it really felt there was something here. And then he told me that his mom was in the hospital, and I'm over here whoa, that's a lot, And so I'm over here what do I do? We at that time we were only dating for 3 weeks, and I'm just we're not technically in a relationship, and I don't want to overstep, but I also want him to know I'm here for him. And so it's I try to play it very safe, try to play it cool, and because it's I just felt so bad. I'm he made it sound it wasn't good. I was how's she doing? I asked for updates, and he's honestly not well. And then I'm okay, I give it a couple of days because I didn't want to bug him, but I also wanted him to know I'm not trying to just drop off the face of the earth. I truly was I felt the connection there, and so it's I care about you in some way, even though we've only known each other for a little bit of time. And I think I messaged him, and I'm hey, I'm trying to be here in any way I can for you. You know, please let me know if I can do anything, because I recognize this weird situation that we're in. And he never texted me back. This was after our third date, and he had stayed the night and everything was good. And so like all this happening, it's like I felt so used and I felt so hurt. I've met like a lot of men and I've never felt as used and hurt as I have until this experience. So it kind of like screwed me up a little bit for a couple of months. I'm just like, how am I supposed to go and try again with men, you know? A little bit before I made that video of, you know, how you can be single and happy, I'm just like, you know what? I have to like remember not all men is this one guy, because like, again, this is the first time I've ever had that happen. Like I've had guys, you know, be upfront with me, like not try to lead me on, like, or if they ghost me, it's like, it's before anything has happened. Like, I feel like I've had, not super respectful, but like decent people, you know? And so I'm just over here just confused and hurt. But I got to this place, you know, I have a therapist. I speak to her every week, and I'm always just working on my feelings, processing them. And so I got to this place, I'm like, you know what? I can't allow one person or even a couple of people to define the happiness I could be having with someone else. But also my happiness isn't reliant on someone else. I think about, cause like, you know, I live in my place now, like, you know, I have my cat, I spend time with my family, I spend time with my friends. I just feel so connected. And so it's like, to be single honestly is so fine. Like, I think what hurts most is when someone comes into your life only to shake it up, get what they want, and then leave. And like to not care about the repercussions. So that getting beyond that mentality really took a lot for me. But I eventually, you know, I got to a good place. Okay, so like I deviated a lot. I apologize. And so back to my friend that I used to date that's dating someone else and is super happy and I'm inspired. I was like, should I try again? Is it time? It's been like only a couple of weeks since New York, but like it's been a couple of months since I've seriously dated. And so I'm like, you know, why not? Like, I'm not gonna rush it. I'm not gonna put any pressure or anything. I just wanna vibe, see what's out there. Maybe there's been some new people that's come to Charlotte, because let me tell you, the quality of the dating in Charlotte, the dating scene's not the best. I'm just gonna be honest here, it's not the best, but there are some decent people. And this is not just about looks, but it's also about like personality and quality. So I just haven't experienced the best people. But I didn't just immediately do it. I actually thought about it. I put some thought into it, because I'm like, do I really wanna give up my time where I could be working on YouTube, I can be working on my novel, I could be working on myself, or spending time with friends, family, all that. Do I really want to give up time that could be used towards other things to go on a date with someone who may not be in my life next week? You know, do I want to do that? So I talked to my therapist, you know, I made sure like, hey, you know, do you think this is a healthy thing to try and do? Because I was still hurt a little bit over that guy from January, and I was just like, I was upset about that, and we had talked about that last week. So I'm like, and to tell her this week, I'm like, hey, do you think this would be healthy for me to try? And she was like, you know, you're handling it in like an immature way, you're processing your feelings. Like, I'm going about it in a way where it's like so thoughtful, to like not look at it in like a hurt way, like I'm not closing off my heart, I'm not, you know, I'm just treating it, I'm just looking at it more, I'm being more open. And I think that's all you can ask when you've tried. Like, I think it's been 2 years since me and my ex have been together. And so it's like, I haven't had a relationship since then. I think I've tried for like another relationship, like maybe like 2 or 3 times, like a couple of months straight. So it's like, to have those attempts not work out, it's disheartening. Because I'm just like, what's the point? I was just like, you know, I'll just take it easy. You know, it's like, I'm not going to try and put pressure on anything. And so that's exactly what I'm doing. I told a couple of my friends about it. I don't think I told my parents yet, but I told a couple of my friends about it. I would like to have the possibility to connect with someone that's not just a friend. That is why we are back on the dating scene, like officially, very casually on the apps. I know people are like, have a roster. You need a roster of men. Have a roster of people to be talking to. And it's just like, it's so hard, because I will if I start talking to someone and I really like them, like I don't want to talk to anybody else. I don't want to talk to anybody else, y'all. And literally 2 days after I got back on the apps, I just Bumble, I met someone I really like, right? And I'm trying so hard. To play it chill, and to like just operate in a way like I gotta keep my options open kind of thing. And this is more so to protect my mentality because if I just like stop talking to any other guy that was kind of vaguely interested in me on the apps, then and things don't work out with this guy, then I'm like, well, I could have been talking to other couple of guys that maybe something could have worked out with. I'm trying really hard not to only talk to one person at a time right now, until someone says exclusivity. I'm trying to figure out, do I want to do my blush? Y'all, I've been just using like the Rare Beauty products. I've just been using them non-stop. I'm a big believer in a lot of things. But I'm a believer in, like using up your products. Of course, you know, I'm not like a beauty guru, so it's not like I have a lot of makeup available to me. So it's like I'm going to, in these Chatty Get Ready With Me's, you're going to see me utilize things I already have, because I'm not going to go out and buy a new bronzer just because I used this bronzer last video. No, this is a bronzer I've been using. This is the bronzer I've been loving. Oh my God. This bronzer has been everything. It's been giving me the warmth. It's been giving me the sharpness. I'm just over here loving it. Okay, so I'm going to put a little blush on, just a little bit, like underneath my concealer, so it can like blend and be a natural blush looking. Yeah, I'm really trying my best not to have any expectations. I really want to go into all of these like dates, relationships, whatever, just open to what's gonna happen. Not trying to pressure or rush anything. Like, you know, time, you know, we have time. So I'm trying very hard to just like let it be. And so while like I'll say yes, I am technically looking for it, I'm also just doing it passively. I will say, can we just talk about why it just, when it comes to dating, I feel like we put so much pressure on having to be in a relationship, and having to have someone. It's like, I recognize it's nice and it'd be nice to have someone, but like it's not the end of the world if I'm not in a relationship in a month, you know? True. I think about it like, if I don't meet anybody, like, okay, next time I'm traveling, what I'm hearing is I can taste the local cuisine. That's nasty. No, I mean, but like honestly, realistically, I've been on a date pretty much every place I've gone to, sort of. So when I was in Paris, there was this guy that I actually met here in the States that's from Germany, and my German lover. He's just so sweet. I literally, if there's one that got away, it was just for like he was just awesome. Sucked I literally didn't live in Europe. We planned to, you know, see each other again in Paris. So of course, you know, your girl did not include that in the vlogs, even though it was a great time. And so, you know, we went out then. When he literally drove down 7 hours to come see me. I miss him. So he met me in Paris and we had a great night, and then he literally had to leave the next day, and like I literally cried because I'm just like, oh my gosh, no. I'm like, I just want to stay. And I was literally crying at JFK because I'm just like, so we're not gonna like do this long distance, are we? He's like, no. I'm like, oh. And he's such a good guy. So sweet. And then in Montreal, same thing. I actually connected with someone who's awesome, and like literally, like we don't talk all the time, but like he's really cool. Also loves traveling. So it was really cool spending some time with him when I was there. I actually went on another date. Quick little story time for you. I went on a date with this dude, and on texting wise, he seemed really cool. I actually thought, I'm like, oh my god, this connection is phenomenal, amazing. And he was like, do you want to go get like some boba? And I'm just like, sure, I'm excited, let's go. And we meet outside of like one of the universities. Y'all, this man came up in a large trench coat and a cowboy hat. with like a tie and like a suit shirt. And I'm over here like, okay. I'm like, no judgment. Wherever you want, I guess. And then he's like, okay, so like the place is like 30 minutes away from here. And he had us walk. He had us walking. Y'all, I was wearing, I forgot what I was wearing. Either my long cardigan or like that big puffy coat I had at the time. And I'm just over here like, this man literally has me walking. I'm sweating. And as we're talking, y'all, when I tell you, maybe because I was a little salty that we were walking, but when I tell you, I was so upset that I like, there was like no connection while we were talking. He was talking, I'm just over here like, yeah, like kind of responding. And it was just so sad because he was nice-ish, but there was nothing there. There was no emotional connection. I was not physically drawn to him. And we get to the place and it's closed. It's closed. The audacity. The gumption. It's closed. Tell me why. He's like, there's a place close to my place. Oh, there's a place close to your place. Is there? Is there, sir? Well, I was like, I want to go get food. He's like, I'm trying to save money, so I'm trying to cook at home. And I'm like, okay, well, I still want to go get food. He was like, yeah, okay. And so like, that was pretty much it. He walks me to the bus stop that was nearby. The bus stop. And I'm just like, okay. You're not even gonna try and walk me back to where I came from? Because I was taking their like subway system, like their metro. And I'm like, okay. And weirdly enough, he had a couple of friends just walk by. They were like, hey, so-and-so. And he was like, oh my gosh, hey. And so he was like, have a good rest of your time here in Montreal. And then walks off with his friends. And I'm just like, okay. I was like, screw that. And I walked all the way back. I was like, bump it. I'm just go back, use my freaking GPS. And you know where I went? The other guy that I met in Montreal that was actually like really cool and I really liked him. I just ended up hanging out with him. And I'm just over here like, bruh, I'm salty. This man really had me out here walking had me walking an hour for that nothingness. Oh, I was not here for that. No, ma'am. So that was awful. But, and then I think, what was my next trip after that? I went to Atlanta, but I went with my friend and at the time boss, Daryl. So I didn't go out with anyone when it was, oh, well, no, I did hang out with one of my friends from college that lives there. That was pretty cool. And then in Puerto Rico, I had two guys that were vastly different. And it was actually interesting because at that time, I was talking to someone back home here, who I had a lot of history with, and we went to school together, and I actually, it was a whole thing. We weren't like dating, like, relationship, but like, I would say, no, we were dating. Some people would refer to that as talking. I would say, no, we're dating, we're going out on dates. It's a dating situation. But he was acting up, like not communicating with me. And I think I was in Puerto Rico. So the first half, I didn't try to go meet anyone. I was just living my best life, enjoying life. And then right before I went, we hung out and I was like, like my birthday's coming up and all that stuff. And he's like, I'm not a birthday person. You're not a birthday person. And I'm like, I get some people don't really care, I guess, about their birthdays, but if you're dating someone, you're talking to someone, and they clearly care about their birthday, and you like them, you should make the effort to say happy birthday, or at least be, happy birthday is a simple text with like an emoji or something. I think, especially with the way the world is now, celebrating your birthday is huge. The fact that you made it another freaking year is freaking an accomplishment, sadly. There's so much happening, you don't know what's gonna happen. So I think to really be able to celebrate your birthday is an amazing feat. And so that's why I find it important to celebrate it. I find it important to say happy birthday to the people I care about. And I want the same. And Just trying to make sure this is blended. Maybe like a little on the top. Beep. And so my birthday came. He didn't say anything to me. He talked to me a little bit before then, but then he went radio silence when it was my birthday. I was so hurt. I was literally crying to my best friend on the phone. I'm just like, why? Like, after all this time, we're finally doing something and we're finally talking, and you're just gonna like treat me like this? I was like, what? And so I was like, bump that. I downloaded Tinder. Yeah, I think so. And I matched with a couple of people. I ended up hanging out with this guy. I forgot his name, actually. He was all right. But, oh my gosh. The day after my birthday, I matched and was talking with this guy who weirdly had the same name as the guy I was talking to back home. And I'm just like, we were vibing. The connection was there via text. I was just like, whoa. I was just like over here, like, this is really nice. And then he was like, do you want to come out? You know, he was here, he was in Puerto Rico with his friends. And I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? I'm not doing anything. I'm chilling in the hostel. And I go out. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Ah! I'm like just thinking about it. I was just like, oh my gosh, he was so cute. And I'm over here like, bruh, I'm sweating like a pig. I was wearing my jacket and I'm just like, I just hope when I get up, there's not like a sweat stain on my chair or my dress because I am hot. And oh my God, we were talking, it was a vibe. And I'm just like, okay, hi. Oh my gosh, he was so nice. His friend came over and he was like, oh my gosh, so you're the hot girl my friend wouldn't stop talking about. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if you guys planned that or not, but it was cute. It worked. I love it. So overall, cause like, I think maybe 4 of his friends were out with him and they were also cool and nice. And I had a great night with him. He was so much fun. And I just think back and was just like, dang, I will say what sucks about meeting some really awesome people when you're traveling, and if you're like, either it was friendship or romantic, is when you don't live in the same place. So it's like you could keep up over phone or like online if the feelings are that strong, but usually it's just like, a decent level. But because you don't live in the same place, it's hard for you to want to. It just sucks because he was so awesome, and if he lived here, I would be like, bruh, take me out, please. You're so freaking awesome. He was so cool. Oh my gosh. I hope he's well. And then I think in Jordan, I didn't like go out on any dates with anybody, but I did hang out with this really awesome girl named Rachel. She was from London, and I think we got kanafa together. Ooh, that's fried cheese. I need to see if there's any here because like, y'all, it's got like, I think pistachio on top, some kind of nut. So delicious. And so, yeah, and then what was that? Guatemala was after that. And then like my next trip was this past year, and this was New York, and I met a couple guys there and they were really nice. Actually one of them was actually a YouTuber himself, and he was really cool, so sweet. He literally texted me as I actually landed in Charlotte. He's like, hey, I hope you had a great rest of your trip, and I hope you made your flight goes well or something. And I'm just like, when I tell you, no guy I went on one date with, we actually went on 2, but no guy has ever reached out to like say like just that nice wish. Not like for like trying to get anything more, but like, just like a nice, safe, a well wish kind of thing. And I just thought that was so freaking nice. And like, it just shows you that just because you hook up with someone or you go out with someone for like just a short period of time, it's not like they're gonna be trash people. And you could make like these awesome connections. Like, and I would love to maybe like connect with him on a YouTube front, like all that. So point is, you can make all these connections everywhere you go, and you don't have to limit yourself. And so where I was getting from with that is if I still end up single, I'm okay, because then I can keep going to have those freaking kinds of experiences. You can't necessarily do that if you're in a relationship and you like monogamy. So because I'm not, and if I still end up not, I'm not gonna be butthurt. Just a little more blush, just a little bit. Because I've met so many amazing people, and I have these stories now that I will treasure. And Where did my blender go? Oh, there it is. You know, dating's interesting. My camera was just like having such like an issue with the storage. I'm like annoyed. But yeah, so this is the finished look. My hair isn't like 100 the best right now. It's a little bumped. But overall I think it looks good. It's gonna have to look good. I've been dealing with this forever. I need to get dressed and get ready to go. I will show you guys the fit, but yeah, I'm really excited just because like, oh gosh, like again, in January I was just like, I was so hurt, and so it's like I didn't think I'd be ready to try going out on dates again this early. I thought I was gonna like wait, but like to wait like a whole year to just try. I don't know. Anyways, let me get dressed. I will show you guys the fit and then we will go from there. You guys, I'm so over myself. I grabbed some water and guess who already made a stain? Literally me. So this is the fit. We're gonna be obviously this is just for me. I was walking. I'm gonna be pairing this with my cute little brown boots. I feel like I look like my age in like the best way possible. I think I look so good. Ooh. Oh, I'm just over myself. I can't get over myself. I'm so done. But yeah, this is the fit. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish getting literally my purse and my shoes and then running out the house. Because I'm not late, but like I've definitely only got 30 minutes to get there. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have any like, you know, comments that you want to make about dating as a whole, singleness, all that stuff, like I'd love to like keep talking about it just because one, I mean, I'm going through it. I know a lot of people are going through it. So leave any comments that you have on dating as a whole and how it is, especially when you're in like your 20s and 30s, when there's this huge pressure to get married and have a family. Like, you know, I'm not rushing. Like I said, I'm not rushing, but I would like to find someone I can connect with and have that person. So, you know, that's what I'm trying to do with this. But yes, that's it. If you liked the video, please leave a like. That helps me out. If you liked me and you want to come back for more, you should definitely subscribe, become part of the squad. We'd love to have you here. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I'll see you in the next one.